my grandfather's shop. I work here with my old man and my grandfather. Everyone in here has a story, and everything in here has a price. You just never know who's gonna walk through that door.
Com'era l'Italia?
Bello, era bello. Il primo store com'era l'Italia?
Sì.
Era il mo store e palazzi differenti.
Was like a variety store, but the specialty was called stocco fisso in Italian.
Okay.
It's a long and dry.
Veniva pure vino.
Is that where you guys found my dad?
Buongiorno.
Hi.
Yeah, good morning. That where we found your dad?
Yeah, no, used to say they found him in a fish.
No.
Did you not hear the story?
Yeah. Nonna used to say because he grew up over there.
Right.
And he used to sleep. He had
A banana
a
box.
little bed, so he had a box.
Right,
So
yeah.
he said it wasn't a stuff bed box.
Perché vedo in Canada, perché in Italy not too much work.
For a better future.
And yeah, work. And me like a store, come here, open a store.
My grandfather, he's loved working at this store. He's opened Christie Variety, and now it's been over 40 years since it's been opened. At this point in the time, the store is open just because he wants it to. No other reason, he's just like, this is my store, you know?
Before I work with the store, now no work.
No, ok, ma che fai? C'è delle miata mattina?
Yeah. Oh, me happy 8 o'clock in the morning. Come here, take me here, take something, eat. Está here. Mega compañía.
Stay in the store with company. He likes company.
What are my routines? Basically in the morning, I do the opposite of what I do in the evening when I lock up. So in the morning, I go counterclockwise. I open up the laundromat, open up the store, turn on the surveillance camera, I check the thermostat, make sure it's okay, then I come around this way, turn on the lottery machine, go open up all the lights in the front, and then take out the brooms, and I'm back where I began.
My dad, he's been working here for a really long time, I think for like 20 or so years, give or take. I work here, I've been working here like for like 2 years now-ish. I like working in the store because it's very quiet and it's a lot of me time. I also want to give like my dad a break sometimes because he's working here Monday to Sunday, 7:30 until like 9:30, 10:30, you know. It's long hours, so if I can come on the weekends for like a few hours and help him out, you know, go home, have a coffee with my mom, you know, I think that's nice.
Porte cazzone con un stemma a rete, una cupolella che vi si era alzata, passa scampaniana battuleta.
Why do I work here? Initially it started off that it was convenient for both myself and my parents because I had a new family and it was convenient that we could raise the kids here and work at the same time.
I grew up here, like since I was little, I would always come. It was like my second home. Like I would always come here like every day, and my grandparents would take care of me. Like, yeah, they always made us chicken soup and things like that, like every day. Yeah, you know, it's like always been like a home to me. Like this is like a place that I'm being very homey.
In the store, changes are gradual and slow.
And I think the biggest change we've had was when my grandmother passed away. All the big changes had to be made, and they're all like very difficult. but we had to do them. It was really like shocking, you know. But it was pretty well the biggest change that's greatly affected us as a family and us as a store.
It was a little frustrating trying to figure out exactly what we wanted to do and how we wanted to do it. Gentleman I take advice from time to time always tells me, always think 5 years in advance. And I've always wanted to build a smaller room in the back to make it more convenient. But they still felt comfortable that they could do the stairs, and they felt they were still able to live a normal lifestyle on the second floor. But we're thinking for the next 5 years. Once we decide if something works or doesn't work, that's when we implement them. I'm making the store a little bit smaller because I want to see if I can get my father, who's 93, to live on the main floor. And at the same time, I'm revamping the store to justify the amount of business or lack of business that we're getting right now.
He wants them to like be down here so that if he has a hard time on the stairs, he doesn't have to take them as frequently. If his bed, his living room, his bathroom, kitchen, it's all down here. He doesn't really like that idea from my understanding because he still wants to be independent. Like he doesn't want to do that. But I think my dad convinced him that it's for the best for the future.
Is the one that piace o appartamento che stai facendo?
Beautiful. Numero uno.
We used to have a variety store like maybe 2 blocks away from us. That store closed down recently, but then there's always that slight competition there. We were like a block away from Loblaws, which is like a grocery store.
Before I sempre lo bravo, now no go.
Now you know,
The come no more.
It is difficult, but at the same time, it's challenging because you have to get different products and offer different types of services. For example, we opened up a coin laundry, which is not affected by Loblaws, and we offer different types of services.
There are a lot of policies, like it's very strict on like the lottery, which you always have to be vigilant about because you have to be 18 or older to gamble, yeah, but you have to ID 25 people who look 25 and younger.
People don't realize that who looks to me to be 25 or 30 may look different to somebody else.
And so sometimes I'll get like 3-year-olds get insulted that I'm IDing them, but I personally just don't want to get in hot water.
And at the same time, there are certain situations you come across. For example, kids that do threaten you to shoplift if you don't serve them. Kids that have called the police on you and made false accusations because you haven't served them. I mean, the public doesn't realize the position we're placed in, and the onus is on the store clerk, unfortunately. And it's difficult, but you try to implement them as best as you can.
Non fanno differenza se tu ci dici no perché sono troppo giovane, si fatto un'altra parte.
Vanno dall'altra parte.
Yeah, being in a variety store is definitely not for everybody. But for me, because my father was in the service industry, I just developed that type of characteristic where I get along well with people.
No one wants to work in a variety store. No one wants to deal with customers. Like, I know sometimes I don't want to deal with them. Sometimes they're very angry and very hateful. It might not necessarily be my fault, but my dad always says, like, if they're upset at you over a little thing, it might be because they have no one else to be upset at. They can't take their anger out at anyone. So like, don't take it to heart, you know. I always have to think about that sometimes. Like, sometimes they're not in the best place, and you just gotta accept that. He also says that if someone's being mean, I also don't have to take it, and I can just tell them to leave.
E i clienti che vengono qua, il 99% tutti bravi. L'1% non è bravo, ma il 99% tutti clienti bravi sono. Ti salutano come vengono, hi, hello, come stai?
Like working in the store, it's difficult to eat as a family sometimes because someone always has to be watching the store. Like, cause you always need that money because it's your business. Like, even on a holiday, so like Christmas, we'll maybe close for like 2 hours and then we'll open again. So maybe only for 2 hours are all the cousins and aunts together. No one like watching the store and having to worry about that. As a kid, I didn't really like that because I didn't understand why, you know, but now that I'm older, I understand that. Well, because it's their business, they're not on a set payroll, so they need to be doing it. They need to be putting in the long hours. Like when I was a kid, I never understood why my dad came home late every night. But now I do, because he needed to work in order to make that money to, you know.
Well, it's difficult. I can't do things that I want to do because I'm committed to doing what my job. But it's a lifestyle you adapt to and you learn to cope with. Do I like working here?
Yeah.
It has its moments. There are days that I enjoy dealing with certain customers, and then you have certain customers that are a little bit more difficult and need more attention. But overall, yes, I enjoy working here.
There are also like really good ones that make it fun to work in the store and enjoyable, like because when the regular ones you see them every day, you get to know them, and like it's really cool like to meet different types of people every day.
Well, as long as Pop wants to be here, I'm going to be here. But once Pop either decides to leave and not work in this type of industry, I'm definitely going to leave myself.
I know I also don't want to work here the rest of my life. That's not something I want to do, and I know not a lot of people want to do it. My dad always says that working in a variety store is like a dying art. Because like no one wants to do it. It's long hours. You get people being rude to you for sometimes no reason. You miss a lot of time with your family.
It's too much work. We work 7 days a week, 15 hours a day, and I want to spend a little bit more time with my family. Well, I think it's good that we've been able to continue the 3 generations, and I think, you know, it taught my children certain characteristics about the public and social aspects that you wouldn't normally learn. So I think it's been very positive.
Che penso io che è buono. È bello perché siamo insieme qua, insieme.
I think it's great that my kids and my nephews and nieces help out occasionally, but it's not the type of job that I would want for their future.
I'm planning on going to university next year. I'll probably still work at the store though, you know. I think not the immediate future, but I think one day it will close. But I'm not really ready for that because, you know, I grew up here. It's like my second home, as I said earlier, you know. I can't imagine like the store closing and like walking in here one day and someone else sitting behind the counter other than my grandfather or my dad. Like, see someone who's not my family. See a store that's different from my own. Or what if it's just not a store at all and it's just closed?
there's a lot of compromise that comes with working in the store, like for my mom, for people who work here, you know, outside the family too, and like for when we close it for the customers. But like, even for this documentary, you know, we have to wait for when my nano's not taking a nap, or like, you know, or when they're not customers in here trying to film, like so it's quiet and everything. Although I don't
Now you know why we like the cats.
They don't jump on the tables.
They don't jump on the tables, they don't come upstairs.
Because you're amazing. Just the way you are.
Paperwork time, Angel.
I'm your favorite. Me. For free though?
Yeah, good.
Poi ti siete disturbato.